So, Daria, you have just finished your university studies in psychology, and I want to know if or how your university prepared you for meeting clients.
Mhm. An interesting question, but we were taught about some ethics, about being a psychologist, what you should not do, um, um, what you can't do or can in some situations, or some techniques on, for example, making an interview with the client, or even making some tests with the client, psychometric, for example. Yeah, so somehow I am prepared.
Okay.
But you'll never know exactly how to behave and what to do um, before you've started.
Yeah, I know. And so basically, they gave you a do and don't list, I guess, but maybe it's a
Yeah,
secret list.
not that secret. It's basically, I would say, it just rules, you know. There are just some rules, I guess, well known, like, for example, privacy, that the psychologist must keep. Yeah, and some others.
Yeah, that's right. The psychologist, it's what you share in a session is private, I guess.
Hmm.
And I think there's like here is like a law that a psychologist has to, it doesn't have to keep the secret if someone is being hurt, I guess.
Hmm.
So there are some rules, I guess. But we talked earlier, and you said that you did have some role playing during your studies to prepare you for meeting a client.
Yeah, that's right. We were having, but not that many during our studies.
Okay. And do you think that a psychologist sometimes can get overwhelmed from the job? Have you heard anything about that?
Mm,
Is it common?
you know, it's actually I've heard a lot from different people that every psychologist needs a psychologist, and I guess it's true. I can't say for sure now, but I guess yes. Like on every job, you can sometimes have a burnout or just be overwhelmed about what is happening. But maybe. Um, this funny saying, or not very funny, about that every psychologist needs to have his own psychologist. Maybe it's true because we are talking about empathy that a psychologist is giving. He needs to sometimes feel the problems of his patients, so probably sometimes it's really overwhelming for a person. But I guess you still need to keep some distance, between yourself and the patient and his problems, because if you'll take too close every problem that you hear through the day, it will be very difficult and hard on yourself.
And I would think that some people, they are just more uh, they absorb other people's feelings to a higher degree than other people. So
Hmm.
the perfect psychologist would be someone that doesn't care. It's if you understand how I. But if someone doesn't want to, if someone doesn't care about people, then that person would never be a psychologist.
Yeah, actually, I've heard from my professor that you don't if you don't feel anything, You just need to quit being a psychologist. You still need to feel something. You need to feel this empathy and warmth during second person, but still, as I've said, you need to keep some distance, you know,
Yeah.
to feel good.
And did they teach you something about having like a poker face? Or like whatever the client says, don't like have like a poker face or something like that.
There are situations when your emotions, like I mean, psychologist emotions, um, and they match the situation. But there are situations that you should rather not show them, because it also depends on the client and the situation you're having and the topic you're discussing. Sometimes you are allowed to show your emotions, and it will even help your therapy. But sometimes, of course, you can just cry louder than the patients you are having.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, all the emotions from a psychologist, they should be reasonable.
Yeah. So we talked about motivation, and do you have any tips that you can apply right away? For example, reminding yourself of why you're doing this or something else.
Maybe I would say moving by smaller steps and checking your feelings and your results, small results, small victories during your journey, towards your main goal. Because if you're checking and seeing really that you're moving towards your dream or just set it goal, you just will get some positive emotion that will keep you motivated.
Yeah, so basically celebrating even small victories.
Yeah, that's right. And also maybe mm, trying to keep being motivated not just by an external factors, for example, getting some grades or money rewards, some financial things, but also but your internal factors like beliefs, right? um, some maybe self-confidence or that you will be build after achieving your goal, for example, just to build this inner motivation that will really help you during some long-term journeys toward goals.